Hey guys, welcome back. BDCR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice Mobile. This is April 20th, 2023. The current challenge is Arkham Origins Joker, or you can call him the Joker Arkham Origins. Required characters are Cyborg, Bane, and Wonder Woman, who are available as bronze, silver, and silver in their cheapest skins. His passive is Contagious Laughter. Joker's special attacks inflict poison gas, and the damage from the poison multiplies with every Arkham teammate. His attack is 1150 and his health is 850, base numbers. Last available January 23rd, 2022. So he's got middle class stats. Poison, it's not my favorite damage over time. All it does is reduce the opponent's damage by 20%, so it's more of a defensive effect. But it's decent as long as you're not facing a Blackest Night Flash team that will turn damage over time against you. So he's got two parts to his passive. The first part doesn't seem too special. Joker's special attacks inflict poison gas. It's a special effect on his special 1 and special 2. Lots of characters have them. What makes the passive special is that to have an effect on a special usually costs you in terms of damage. And because of his passive, this Joker's poison does not. It should normally, the damage for a special should be reduced by half. And Arkham Knight Catwoman is one of the other exceptions where she gets a bleed effect on her special 2, and the damage is only reduced by 25%, and this Joker, not reduced at all. So if you look at comparable characters with the same damage, he does the same damage on his special 2, or stated damage. I'm not even sure that he necessarily gets all of them, because the ones where you have those tap circles, it feels like the amount of damage is a little bit reduced. The second part of his passive is 100% boost on poison damage with each Arkham teammate. The cool thing is that it's any Arkham teammate to get that boost. You could use Batman Returns Catwoman, who doubles damage over time. And the advantage over last week's Arkham Knight Catwoman is that it doesn't require Arkham Origins characters or Arkham Knight characters. Like Arkham Knight Catwoman requires a specific subset of the Arkham characters. However, Arkham Knight Catwoman is, gotta tell you, is better in pretty much every way. She's got significantly higher stats. Most of it the preponderance of it loaded into her attack. If it weren't for Arkham Knight Catwoman, I would probably be using Arkham Origins Joker more often as the damage over time specialist on an Arkham team. And so the video that you're watching with this particular team, what else do we need to talk about? So because he can have any Arkham teammate, then you have more possibilities. You got more flexibility for who you're going to have. I think Arkham Knight Batgirl is required, but previously we've used Arkham Killer Croc as our tank to be a meat shield while we let the opponent poison out and just lose all their health. I guess the other advantage of Joker, not a huge one, over Arkham Knight Catwoman, is that he gets the extra Joker ability when using Quake Engine, which is one of the best gears on your damage over time specialist. And that ability is that it increases enemy tag cooldown by 8 seconds. It locks the opponent in. And I mean, Quake Engine is good for any damage over time specialists. And in Joker's case, he gets the other advantages too, right? You're boosting his damage over time. You get a restart of it. I'll tell you what, though. There's one case where that ability on the Quake Engine with Joker is a disadvantage, and that's when you're fighting against New 52 Shazam. You saw last week with Arkham Knight Catwoman where the strategy of doing a couple of quick special ones when you tag her in, and then you tag in her teammate, that forces, it doesn't really force him, but he just tags out consistently, and he gets to bleed off screen until he comes back, either with 1 health or low enough health that you just need 1 hit to knock him out and you don't trigger his passive. That doesn't work with Arkham Origins Joker, because if you're using him as your special specialist and you start damage over time with Shazam, he's locked in on the screen, and that means even if you just do a couple special ones instead of a special 2, there's a good chance he'll hit that 25% health threshold, triggering his passive, and he becomes a much tougher opponent. One of the things that I've noticed about Joker playing him with Master's Death card is he can't get a full combo in to build up power when he tags in. So the tap combo, only the first hit hits, and swipe combo, none of them hit. And I'm not even really sure whether it's that the tap combo has better range, which would be weird, or that the swipe combo is too slow to start so that Master's Death card shoves the opponent away too quickly so that the swipe combo completely whiffs, it completely misses. So using Joker, it's that little bit harder to get the most out of him to consistently get the second power bar, or get the second power bar without leaving him open to retaliation as you do one hit on a combo and whiff on the rest. So his gear loadout that you're watching is Tantu Totem, Master's Death card, plus Quake Engine. So even though Quake works really great on him for boosting the amount of damage, sometimes a good alternative could be just a power gen gear as a third one, just to make it easier to get to the second bar of power without having to do a combo. You got to find a balance though, because Master's Death card really does shove them far enough away that if you try to do a special 2 right away, because you've already got 2 bars of power, you're going to whiff on a bunch of the hits. So that's 152 weeks in a row of a repeating pattern that started May 2020. We've had 3 complete three complete runs of a 43-week cycle, and we're 23 weeks into the 4th cycle. Next week, if the pattern holds, should be Rebirth Green Arrow, and there are still 23 challenge characters that have been missing since before May 2020. This week's multiplayer reward is War Gauntlet, which becomes Claw of Horus. And when maxed out, on tag-in, the opponent receives damage equal to 10% of his health. When an opponent tags in, all damage to that opponent increases by 10%, stacks 3 times, and resets on player tag-out. And the evolved ability, which is the most important one, on Special 1, 75% chance to disable 1 random gear of the opponent till opponent tags out. Okay, last available September 15th, 2022, 120 weeks in a row of a consistent pattern, 3 complete cycles of a 31 reward sequence, and 27th in a new or current 4th cycle. Unlike the challenge cycle, nothing is missing from multiplayer rewards, and if the pattern holds, next week should be Tantu Totem, the single most important gear available at all. Tagging damage is 10%. It's decent, not great. You get 25%, for example, from Cassandra Cain Batgirl, which is also good, but not game-changing. I guess the advantage of this tag-in damage is that it has the ability to knock them out. So it's 10% of their max damage, not 10% of their current damage. The second ability, opponent tag-in boost damage 10%, stacks up to 3 times. It's not that great. It's not enough boost and not enough occurrences of opponent tagging in and tagging out to make a difference. It just doesn't happen enough, right? So at most you can get 30%. Most of the time you're not going to get it. Even if you used Antimatter Sinestro with his passive and Special 1 to force tag out over and over again, you're stacking a maximum 30%. It just isn't enough to make a difference, right? If you're using all 3 bars of power, if anything, you're probably better off using a Special 2 and knocking them out instead of trying to boost your damage. So disabling gear on Special 2, on Special 1, it is absolutely the best ability of the 3. It works even if the special is blocked. It works even against Astral Harnesses and Vulnerability. And you can leverage the effect by using characters that can trigger multiple gear effects, like Batman on the Special 1. Any non-prime Batgirl can do multiple gear effects. Or using gears that can have multiple special effects. So using it with Enchantress Companion Gear, where the Flying Skulls, after your special, they can each trigger the gear effect if you have a second bar of power to quickly do another Special 1 timed with the Skulls. Or you could use it with Master's Death card, where on your second tag in, the hits coming in from Master's Death card work like the Enchantress Skulls and can give you the gear effect multiple times. So both the Enchantress strategy, which requires 2 bars of power, or the Master's Death card strategy, which requires a second tag-in, let you remove and strip off every piece of gear on the opponent, even though there's only supposed to be a 75% chance of disabling 1 gear with each Special 1. So if, like we've said before, if a gear has just one ability that makes it worth the gear slot, then that's a legendary gear. This is that legendary gear. There's nothing else that can shatter gear quite like this. There's other variations, I think. What is it? Earth 2 Solomon Grundy, Dawn of Justice Superman. Doesn't quite work like this and isn't nearly as effective as this. All right, so Rebirth Green Arrow is... Oh, sorry. We're talking in the store now. So there's a Rebirth Green Arrow pack in the store, $24.99. It's a corroborate clue to next week's challenge. It comes with 100,000 credits. We've got the Blackest Night Pack 1, $24.99. It was available about 6 months ago, October, just before Halloween. You get Blackest Night Martian Manhunter, Blackest Night Hawkgirl, Blackest Night Batman. 2 of them are the really good ones, Hawkgirl and Batman. And you are missing the best character, Flash, but you get Martian Manhunter instead. So it's interesting. This is the kind of thing we've talked about before, where the best packs are the ones where you're not about to get them next week. And this is it. We just finished Martian Manhunter. So for the people who missed that week and need it, it's not awful. The problem is it doesn't unlock anything in your store. We've got all the character bundles that have been around for more than a year, which we won't mention directly. And I think that's it for the store. Phantom Zone is back. It's got one more week left. We made a mistake in last week's recap because we filmed it too early and said it was finished when it had just started again after we filmed it. But after we filmed it, and after or before we posted it. So we also missed announcing last weekend's double XP, which is gone now, unfortunately. Fight 62 is still broken, and we still don't have a bug fix for the Google Play incompatibility. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was, as expected, Lex Luthor, Batman, and Doomsday. And this coming weekend is probably going to be Bane, Killer Frost, and Ares. There's a link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. And yeah, you can see for yourself. Although, you know what? I just realized maybe they did do a bug fix, because as I took notes earlier, I'm loading the game again now. There isn't that message about the Google Play incompatibility, so it might be worth testing again. And I'll put a note in the comments if it actually is working now. And yeah, this is the end of this video. Is usually our weekly recap video, is usually where we talk about any changes in the current glitches. And unless the Google Play incompatibility was fixed, then nothing really has changed. Even if nothing changes, we do a more detailed review once a month. It's the first week of every month, and the most recent one for that was our recap from April the 1st. And if you just want to see what's available, you can click on the playlist, Current Glitches, in the description, where there's a video tutorial for every working glitch. The only thing probably worth mentioning is that if the Google Play incompatibility is fixed, then the Phantom Zone reset and the challenge reset should be working again. And that's it. So this is where we like to give a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon. That would be Korey Ashcraft, who's supporting us on the Last Word tier. Alexis M, supporting us on the Your Message Here tier. Michael Devries, Irvin Ruiz, Hoshi127, and Drew Chapman, who are supporting us on the credited level. And you're seeing on your screen a few of the other lovely people who have supported us at one time during this pandemic. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Komoda.